Oh no, I've been talking all this time. My mic was muted. Okay, that's fine. It's just two and 3/4 of a minute in until I realize it. So what I was saying, I'll start over. What I was saying is I was looking up what to do tonight, and I had noticed that in the plan for carrying objects, we had different sizes of objects, and depending on if it's a big object or a small object, you'll be able to climb or you won't be able to climb. And we hadn't done that, so this is what we're going to focus on today. So I was just about to make an enumerable here for object size, and there we go. And we'll have small and big, and we're going to leave it like that. The other thing I was saying is we could probably get away with just like boolean, but I just like an enumerator because it's a little bit cleaner. So object size, I'll just call this size. It's private for now, and we're also going to go down here, and we can't actually change the size of the object, I don't think. If there's a situation where that it comes up later on where we do want to change the size of an object, I'll come back to it. For now, just public object size, and this will be like get size, and it's just going to return underscore size. There we go. Just like that. That's giving me an error. Why is it giving me an error? Oh, okay. There we go. So now if we come back over here, we'll have a small by default, and we can change it to a big if we wanted. So let's grab this, make a new object, and this will be big box. And we can also change this for like a cube, I want to say. Yeah, cube. We're going to change the sphere collider for a box collider. Here we go. Bring this back up here. I probably should make a new prefab, but I'm not, because I'm lazy. Let's also make it bigger, literally. And as we can see, the size of the area around it just got bigger. That's actually a bit of an issue. So let's bring that down to that. Here we go. And this one we're going to not set it to small, we're going to set it to big. And we're going to put this over here. Give it a little save. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure we can still pick stuff up. Sorry, Ada. Just picking up my controller. Here we go. We already have a reload script assemblies. It's really early in the stream. Okay. Is there something stopping it? I don't think so. I think it's just a random bug. Close. First, Control-Alt-Delete of the night. And yes, I have been saying that I was going to like fix this issue for a few months now, and I've just been putting it off. I haven't downloaded a new version. Look, there's even a new hub version I haven't even touched yet. Oh no, it will. It does every stream. It comes back to bite me in the butt every stream. There we go. Big box. Okay, we still have that there. Let's go through it real quick. Real quick. We have that there. Grab area. It is big. I click on play. We're in the game. Here we go. Oh, I had forgotten how nice it is to have a little animation. Okay, so I picked this guy up. I dropped this guy. I picked this guy up. I dropped this guy. Now, we've got it. We've got two things. We have a size. They're not doing anything differently right now. But you see we can pick it up. We could drop it. Fantastic. So what I'm thinking of doing is setting it up so like when you pick up something big, it's going to be at a set position in front of them. But when it's going to be small, it's just going to be in their hand. I foresee that being a bit difficult to figure out where we're dropping it, actually. Maybe it is time to go back to Mixamo. See if we can have, like... see if we could get animations for carrying. Shouldn't be too long. Just signing in. Here we go. Carry? Let's see. Carrying, that's like idle carry. We have running. Jog with box. Okay, we have like a walk. Okay, in place. Yes, please. So we have a little walking carry animation. We're gonna go ahead and download that. We had it to 60 frames per second, if I remember correctly. Download. And is it going to ask us where to? It is not. All right. Let me just make sure everything is in the right folder. So we want Unity project. Lutin. Assets. Oh god, okay. Art, 3D, lutin prototype, and we have all the animations right there. Just gonna go ahead and rename this to carry_walking. There we go. Now we're gonna have carry_running, I guess. Once again in place. Download. And unfortunately, from what I can see, there isn't really like a... There isn't really like a one-handed carry. It's a bit of a pain. Carry running, and then of course carry walking. There we go. It is downloading. It's still going. For some reason, this single animation is a lot heavier. The idle animation goes on for 300 frames, that's why. Okay. Carry. Idle. Fantastic. Let's take another little look real quick. What else do we have being carried? Farming pack. What the heck is this? There's 25 different animations. Okay, I'm not sure what our little Yutai is doing here. Oh, okay, it's like different things. Different animations. Now they're digging. The animation is so messed up because it's not a human character. Okay, well that doesn't really help us. Okay, let's just close this for now. This is going to reload our things. And actually, I don't know if the sound is good for you guys as I bump onto everything, but it's a little loud for me. There we go. Here we are. Okay. Alright, let's go into the animator. So we have this set up here with movement, climbing, falling. And if I go into movement, we have a blend tree, and we have a one-dimensional blend tree right now, right? We just have this parameter, how fast they're moving. I'm going to move this over to a two-dimensional blend tree. Only here to call you a nerd because I'm cooking and have stuff to do. Okay, have a good stream. Alright, well, have a good supper. Let's go with directional. And we need a second parameter. Let us add an integer. No, it's gonna be a float for this. Let us add a float, and we'll call is carrying. Is that how you spell carrying? Let's go with that. And how do we add in movement speed blend is carrying? So we have movement speed and is carrying. And this is going to be position Y. Idle, let's put that at 0.5. Let's put that at 1. And then we're going to do the same thing but with Y of 2, and that should be is carrying. So let's add a motion. Oh, we could add blend trees. I'm sorry. Alright. Good to know. And of course we have the 3 Mixamo animations that are very poorly named. Let's go into here, animation. And what is this? What kind of animation is this? Length 10 and 600? I have a feeling this is the idle. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. Yeah. Okay, so this is idle. Carry underscore idle. Apply. This will be carry underscore running. And then we'll have carry underscore walking. Apply. And if we go back to our blend tree here, we can add on the idle. Oops. Carry idle. Here we go. This will be at 0. And then we add 2 more motion fields. And this will be 1 This will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 0.5. And we're going to want carry walking here and carry running here. So this is the blend tree, and if we move it, oops. Okay, so is carrying, it is moving in Y, which is what we expect. This one should be moving in X and something's not right here. Okay, so these animations all work. And these ones just stick to idle for some reason. Okay, so it shows us idle. Yeah, look at that. It's not working. Simple diagonals blends should have motions with directions less than 180 degrees apart. Okay. Just walking. Alright. It must not like the option that I had. Okay. Just give ourselves a little save, though there's nothing really to save. And we're going to go into here. And let's see. This is climbing. That's the wrong one. We want player carry component. Let's see. On trigger, enter, exit. Carry object. It's happening on the object. Okay. Drop object, carry object. Perfect. So, the plan here is to have the animation change if it's carrying or not based off of if he's here. So let's go back over here, go down to here. And we are going to go ahead and do that. We're going to need an animator. Let's see, can we just grab the animator stuff here? We can indeed. And put that here. And instead of movement speed, what are we going to want? I already forgot what we named it. Is carrying. Okay. Is carrying. Spelled like that, I believe. And this will be to 1. And the other one shall be to 0. Alright, let's give it a little try. Though I'm not sure we're going to see much. Now that I think of it. But let's see. Uh-oh. Okay. Because I didn't set it up. Alright. Player character. Go all the way down here. Animator. Just drag drop this here. Give it another save. Click on play. Now if I pick something up, he is constantly holding it. If I drop it, he is mostly at 0. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Oh, look at that. Movement actually goes above 0. Above 1, rather. Okay. And I think that's what's causing issues. Yeah. Okay. So it's actually in here on the movement, we are using input magnitude. Movement speed. Here we go. So input.magnitude divided by the speed, and that should keep it at 0 to 1. Let's double check. Yeah, there we go. We got the animation playing, we pick it up, now we're now we're confused as to what's happening. It is showing us the right animation that should be playing, but that's not what we're seeing here. Let's put ourselves here. Oh, you know what might be happening? If I go over to carry, a loop time, a loop pose, apply. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to all of them to make sure the animations do indeed loop. Here we go. And let's try it again. So we have our running animation and walking animations triggering correctly. Yeah, looks like it. That isn't correct though. We may want to lower where the walking starts. Okay. Pick this up. And we have a little animation running. This is actually pretty cute. It looks like he's holding the ball. The box now. The box is too big for him, but he is carrying it. He's doing the right animations. Okay, good. Let's go back to the blend tree for a moment then and bring this down to like 0.2. Maybe 0.6? Let's try it. I can move that to 0.1. Okay, yeah, we can move that a little bit more to 0.1, 0.1, and I think we got something going. So the moment he starts, the walk starts, and then he's like already going to run, and admittedly the run animation just sucks. Here we go, pick that up. Here we go. Drop it, pick it up, drop it. Drop it. Oh. Oh, look at this. That's not normal. So we're getting out of range and we click it again and we pick it up. Oh. We have already bumped into a bug. Let's see. Can I do it with the small balls or is it just a big ball sort of thing? If I drop that, I'm not near anything. Yeah, look at this. It keeps it in memory, even if I'm no longer close to it. Okay. Let's go over to here then. We're going to go over to our carryable object player carry component. Let's take a look. On trigger exit. Carryable object equals the carryable object of the other. If carryable object is not null and it equals the held object. Okay. I think I see the issue. When I bring everything back, it's going into on trigger enter and it's not letting go of it properly, but that might be an error to fix for later. I don't have anything for the keyboard input. I'm gonna have to come back to that eventually. All right, but we do have now our little lutin able to pick stuff up with the right animations and drop stuff. So we could continue and try to figure out like why you're able to pick it up even if you're far away, but I think that can wait for now. What I would like to do is continue on the climbing stuff. Let's see where we were last time. I already forgot. Reload script assemblies. Oh no. Busy for 11 seconds. Busy for 12 seconds. 15. Oh, okay. I thought we were stuck there. We're good. So I can run over here. And if I click it, yeah, I appear. It's like an instant teleportation right now. That's not what we want. We wanted to play an animation and then... Oof. Wait for the animation to be done and so on. Okay. Let's see. Let's go over here. Player climbing component. If you're doing things, you do the climb, and right now it's just moving the position. What we're going to want to do I think I'm going to do something that probably will work, but is kind of gross as far as code goes. So let's have private animation clip, right? And we're just going to do climbing clip with a C and not a capital one. Perfect. And let's see if we're able to find like how long it takes to run. So dot append speed average duration. Sorry. Average duration. Interesting. Blah 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 blah. Name bounds length. Animation length in seconds, read only. That's what I wanted. Okay. So let's just clamp this with the speed for now. So do the climb. We're going to make control type player state. That's what I was looking for. Player state dot set current state to be climbing, right? Which should disallow us I'm realizing I haven't set anything up to make sure that like I'm not currently picking something up as I'm climbing. Okay, give me a second. So set current state climbing. Let's just go over there real quick. What is this? This is just holding on to states. Okay. Okay. How do I want to do this? I want to be able to tell it to wait for the amount of time that it takes to play the animation of climbing when you put it into that state. I think I'm going to have to rework stuff quite a bit so that the state is actually calling on the components to do things if they exist. I think that's how I should be doing this realistically. Instead of having each one of these components, such as right now we have the movement component, on update run these things, I should just have, like, grab all this real quick. Public void, could be void. Do run movement. Movement. Let's do it that way. Here we go. Drop that there. We can actually just remove the update. There we go. Do movement. And then in the player state component, we're going to have, let's have it after this. Update. And we're going to have a switch. The switch will be of the current state. Play your state. And then of course we have our first state, which is case player state idle, I guess. And then break case moving break. I'm essentially turning our player state component into a state engine. That's what I'm doing. Case climbing break. Case falling break. Case there should be one locked break. And then default break. We're also in the default going to give ourselves a debug.log error. If we get into there, something has gone horribly wrong. So let's just remind ourselves of that. You are in a non-state for the player. And then we're going to have the player. So this is the player state component. We're going to go with gameObject.name is in, and then we're going to have the current state. So player state. Perfect. Now, idle or moving, it should be doing the thing for the movement, which we don't have access to here. So I'm gonna have to change that. Player movement component. Realistically, what I could be doing is making myself a list of like player components, having player movement component, player carry component, and player climbing component based off that component. And then when I launch it, just grab them all. I think that's not an insane idea. So let's do that. Wake. Let's add ourselves. These are our enumerators. This is a private serialized field. Let's have another private field. It's not serialized, and this is going to be a list and we don't have the list type yet, so let's just go ahead, comment that out for the time being, so we don't have to deal with all the errors. Wait for this to load, then go into scripts and try to fix this up. There we go. Player start, cam follow, etc, etc, etc. Let us create a new C# script, and we're going to have a player components. I'd like a better name than that. Player component. Yeah, no, I'm leaving it like that. And of course, Visual Studio popped open but didn't open the thing we just created. I don't know why that's made that way, to be honest. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and remove that. It is essentially like a dummy class right now. So we have a public class. I think there's something you can call it so that you can't just make this. You have to make something that derives from this. But I don't care, so we're not doing that. Let's go back up here. Instead of mono behavior, we're going to do player component, and player component is a mono behavior. Fantastic. So let's see, carry components, we're going to do the same thing. It shouldn't be an issue because we literally put nothing in there. Player state component, we don't want it to be one of those, but this guy we do want it to be one of these. Perfect. Right, so now we have a player component. We're going to look for player components, and this is going to be underscore player components, and probably going to rename that at a future date because it kind of sucks as far as naming goes. Cool. Let's see, player components. Actually, you know what? Let's just take this off. We're going to do get components, player components, and this is going to return an array, I believe. I think I could do this as a list. So underscore player component equals that. Does not exist in current context. Oh, I'm sorry, there's an S on that. And it doesn't like this, so I should be able to do to list. Oh. List? Is there not a way to turn it into a list? I'm sorry. Okay. So, player components as a list. What else can we do? Dot add. And then can I just do this? Like put an array in the list? No. Okay. It looks like we're doing a for each loop. But I'm looking at this. I was gonna do this and have a list of all the player components and have those be player components and then, you know, so on and so forth. But I'm realizing if I just have a list of player components, every time I'm going into idle, moving, climbing, falling, I'm gonna have to go through the list and find the one that happens to be the component type that we needed to do things. So it's actually just a big pain in the butt that's not going to help us, now that I think of it. Let's just do it this way. Player cam carry, and of course climbing. Okay, And we're gonna have to get rid of that one. We're gonna have 3 player components. So we have the player movement component, and I think I'm just going to link them. I think I'm just going to link them directly. Yeah, why not? Movement private player carry. I know what's going in here anyway, so maybe not make it fancier than it needs to be, right? This is gonna be carry. Then private player climbing component. This will be climb. Perfect. And we're gonna serialize field all these and then just set them one by one. Oh, hey Huma. I have no idea what you're saying, but it's nice to see you here. All right, so let's use movement. There we go. And as long as you're in idle, we're going to do this dot do movement. Same with moving. Idle or moving, we want to do the movement. Climbing, we're going to do the same over in climbing. Actually, I'm curious. Huma has left me a message, and I must know what is written. Let's find out. Translate. Google Translate. It says peace be upon you. Well, thank you, Huma. Now I know, because I bothered to look it up. Alright, I was doing this. We're going to go here and do public void do. What is this? Climbing? Do climb. And how did I set this up? There's quite a bit of moving stuff around happening, I think, in this episode. Do climb. Yeah, I think I'm going to be moving stuff along quite a bit. But for now, let's just go ahead and go here. While climbing is happening, you do nothing. Do climb actually should only happen here if you're moving or if you're idle. So climb. Then we have climbing, which we're going to add something for that like counts down until it's done and then moves on to any other state. We have falling, which I think is being worked on just in movement right now. We can't climb while we're falling, at least not right now. We can't pick anything up while we're falling, so it's fine. Locked just does nothing, so break. That's fine. We also want to allow carrying. You know what I could do? Public void do carry. These are not the best names, but it'll do for now, and we'll come back and fix it. So while we're either moving or idle, we do want to be able to allow for carrying. Underscore carry. Dot add that in. climbing, while you're climbing, the only thing it should be doing is something in here. Private void. On trigger enter, we're gonna have wait climb. This is terrible naming. I won't be able to remember any of this. And yeah, it sets it to climbing, the animation. And I want it to also wait for a certain amount of time. Carry clip right. Let's have private float underscore wait timer. So the wait timer is going to equal that. Oh, my bad. Is going to equal climbing clip dot length, right? And then we can reuse the wait timer in places. I keep wanting to change that, but that's not what I want to do. So I want to set the current state to that. And we're going to go in here. As long as you're doing the wait timer, we're going to have like an if. Should be happening every update tick anyway. So if wait timer is bigger than 0, I want you to do stuff, and if it's not bigger than 0, I want you to do other stuff. Return. There we go. So if you're not bigger than 0, we're going to want to set that to idle, I guess. And which will kick us out of the wait climb. And the wait timer is going to minus equal time dot delta time. And it's been set here, so it should just be doing the kind of animation. And then let me just really quickly check up on the movement component. If was grounded. If it is grounded, yeah. And it was not grounded, then set it to 0. Okay, let's have it so that when we reach this and it goes to idle, we're also going to also set the animation. Player done something. Climbing. We don't have the animation here, that's why I can't see it. And we're going to grab this. I'd like an easier to edit animator thing, but I don't think I'm gonna find it. Here, perfect. Climbing. And do I have an animator? I do not. Well, that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, let's just ignore that for now. It's going to give us errors. That's fine. We're going to add it in. Let's see. Animator right here. Grab this. Go over to climbing. And we're going to add in animator. And okay, so we have current state to 3. I honestly don't remember what the state was for climbing. Let's find out. Let's find out together. Okay. Let's go out of here, and climbing was state 2. Okay. 2. No, this is 2 for climbing, and then I guess 0 is idle. Let me double check on that. It should be 1 or 0 when I click on this. Less than 2. That works. That works. Okay. All right, we have do climbing and wait climb now. So if we go back into state, climbing, we're going to do wait climb. And this will be underscore climb dot wait climb. Protection level. Okay, did I make it a private? It now will be public. Okay. So when I'm climbing, it's going to go into wait climb. It's going to slowly tick down. And then once it's done, it pops out. It's no longer climbing. And it should also animate. Now, don't get me wrong. This is going to look absolutely horrible. But let's see what it gives us. Okay. Yes. That's right, I just broke a bunch of stuff. So player movement, climbing, carry, what else? We have animation clip here, an animator, animation clip shall be climb. Am I missing anything else? Joystick, joystick, joystick. Everything seems to be set up. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so we have this working once again. Aha. Now we go up here and I try to climb. Ooh. Okay, we've stayed in climbing, which is not the dream. We haven't gotten any errors, so I'm a little wondering why. Player state is idle. Climbing, it's staying in climbing. It's gone back to idle. The animation has not changed, but the current state is 0. Is that correct? Yeah, the current state is 0. Okay. That's a bit weird. So, current state is 2, now current state is 0. And you see, it has not popped out. Current state is bigger than 2. That would be the answer. That would be why. Less than 2. Alright, let's try that again. Okay. We go on over. There we go. Oh. And I was like trying to spin as I was climbing. It was locking me, which is exactly what we want. Now, are we happy about how the animation looks? No. No, we are not. But I'm not sure what to do about that right now. I think we'd have to like properly animate them. But it is nice to see that, like, oh my gosh, how far is this away? Oh, look, for half a second, he continues to move if I have him moving forward. Okay, that is actually an issue. Okay, but we do have climbing with animations, which is a nice little thing here. And it looks like our other things still work. Let's see if our picking up still works. Pick up. We still have the animation. We can drop it. Pick up. We still have the animation. Let's try to climb with the box in our hands. It should work. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're getting there. We can drop it. Still have this bug. All right. Good, good, good. It's coming along. So the next thing would be probably to like fix up the animation and make sure everything is working correctly so that when we do this, it does the right thing. Oh, look at this. So he's climbing. It's moving him in the Z position, or the... I think it is Z in Unity. Let me double check on that. So, Y, I'm sorry. It's moving him in the Y position, upwards. I have lost. Here we go. So let's go here. So he is moving in the Y position, so upwards, and then he is actually up in the air, and that's our main problem, why it looks weird when he comes back down. It should be the other way around. That animation should start on the ground. But this is a lot of like literal animation work. This isn't quite what we've been wanting to do tonight. This is a bit far out of our scope. So we're gonna leave this here for now and focus on fixing the bug that we saw when we were picking something up, dropping it, moving away, and picking it up again. I should be able to see carry, joystick, animator, carry position. If I go into debug, I can see new carryable and held object. So let's see what's happening as I'm picking something up. I walk over to it, I can see it. Grab area right here. I click on it, I now have grab area. New carryable is grab area, held object is grab area. I let go of it. It has gone to none, but you see the new carryable is staying on that. Okay. And it stays on that when it's in his hands too, which is a little bit weird. That is not what we want. New carryable is carrying 1, is carrying 0. So held object equals new carryable. New carryable equals null. Let's see if that's the issue. So where's my new carryable? Down here. Oh, look at that. It never leaves. It never leaves. Oh, that's weird. Okay, that's not right. On trigger exit. Carryable object. Oh. Okay, carryable object is whatever the other thing is. If carryable object, if this is something, and carryable object is what we're currently holding, then we set it to none. This is gonna need some back and forth, I think. Let me see. Like this? New carryable goes to null? Let's test it out. Unfortunately, with the naming convention I gave down here, I can't tell them apart very well. So I came closer. Carryable object, none. Here, none. I picked it up. I let go of it. That seems to have fixed it, but I don't know how it's going to work. Okay, it seems to work a lot better than I expected. Okay, let's put this down here. Right. It is working a lot better than I expected. Okay, good. I seem to have fixed that. I thought this was going to be a pain in the butt, and it works just fine. Okay. Could it be that we have something that's quasi-functional, and that I'll be able to move on to something else? Okay. I can climb. It takes the animation time to climb. It looks horrible. That's fine. And right now, if I come here and I try to climb, I can climb with it. Oh, that's interesting. Depending on how big this box is, I can actually glitch the camera. Okay. So yeah, I can pick that up, I can drop it, and one of them is big and one of them is small. I want to allow the small one to let me climb anyway, and the big ones not to. So, it's going to be do carry, do climb, climbing components. And what I'm going to want to know is if the carryable object, its size, is small. If it's small, it'll allow it to climb. If it's big, it won't allow it to climb. So do climb. We're going to have a object size. So this is carryable object size. So we have small, we have big, and we're gonna have NA. Not applicable. Nah. Let's have carryable object dot object size. So. Oh. I'm sorry. Identifier expected. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. I guess it doesn't like that. We're gonna do it this way then. Oh? 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 Do climb? Oh? Okay. Is it because of this? Dot. Held. Hold. Uh-oh. Carry component. We have held object. Okay. Get held size. Let's make a public. Carryable object. Carry object dot object size, and we're gonna have get held size. Okay. So held object. If held object so if it is holding something, and otherwise return object size NA, right? And so if it is holding onto an object, we're going to do return object size, get size, get size is what we want. So underscore held object dot get size. What does this poop out? An object size. Get size. Oh, right. Here we go. Good. Fantastic. So we're able to get the size this way. But that's only if there's something held. So what we could also do is to return Held object question mark. If there is one, then we do get size. And otherwise we use this. There we go. So get held size for the carry. And now if we go back over here, get held size. There we go. And we can do that as well for this guy over here. Give it a save. And now we still have an error, and I'm not sure that's true. Identifier expected. Identifier expected. Public void. Oh, there it is. No, wait. Public void. Yeah, no, that's fine. Do climb. Okay. And it's going to take in an object size. Identifier expected. Can I not do that? Identifier expected enum C#. Or when creating an enum identifier expected. What do you want to use enum for? You aren't defining your enum correctly. CMS definition here. That's not very helpful, guy. Can add attributes. Type equals e.getType. Huh. Have values like 10 a.m. as enum types. Yeah, that's not the error we're having. I just realized I'm like looking at the wrong screen for you guys. Enums, identifier expand enum inside a struct. That looks out as a keyword. C#. Call your variable results or something. Okay. Enum carryable object size. Oh, I don't. I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, object size. I didn't give it a name. There we go. I was being dumb. It was all me. Okay, fantastic. Right, so. Current climbing location, switch control type. Right, we have the two control types. We have the joystick, we have the keyboard. If and if let's have open close parentheses and that and that. So if the object size equals not applicable, or object size equals small, and we're going to check for climb and an axis is in use. So if the object is big, it won't let us climb, and if it's small or we don't have an object, it'll let us climb. That should be how that works, I think. There we go. So let's test that. Let's grab this guy, bring that over. I should be able to climb. Yep, I'm able to climb. I can drop it. I can come back here. I'm able to climb. Fantastic. Now I'm going to come all the way back. Bit of a jog. Grab the box. Come back with the box. This is a big box, so it should not let me climb. And it doesn't work. That's not good. Let's see. Okay. Big box, grab area. Oh, it's set to small for some reason. Okay, big. Pick it up. It's still big. And now I cannot climb. I can drop it. I can climb if I don't have it in my hands. I can pick it up as I'm... Okay. Here we go. So small objects, yes, you can climb, right? No problem. Big objects, no climbing. Fantastic. And there's still that one issue that's like, I don't like that. So if I'm running forward and I click, it looks like some of my velocity gets carried over. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. But it does seem to be working, our little size thing. Fantastic. Ada is very confused. Luna's just running back and forth in the hallway over there. Okay. So we had this little kind of play area, and it's been doing very well. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to move on to something a little bit more interesting down the line, because I'm starting to get tired of seeing gray, and I'm sure you guys are as well. Let's see, big box collider. Set it to big. Give it a save. Plastic SCM. We're gonna go ahead over here and do save project. Sometimes that grabs new things. So added new animations. What else did we do? We set up carry animations. We updated state machine. And we set mechanics for carry size. There we go. Did quite a bit. It's only 8:15. Very uncommon of me to be like this productive. There we go. Go back here. Debug can be set to normal. Let's see. What do we want to do next? There's a few things I'd like to do. Let's go take a look at here. 4-second movement. Picking up objects are heavily inspired by Untitledgoose game. Basic movements for horizon movement. Yeah, we've got that. We have climbing. Climbing is loosely based on how the characters climb in Hogwarts Legacy. Approaching the area that allows for climbing will allow player to press button to initiate climbing to said location. Only locations whose elevations are around the lutin's height will be considered. Anything higher will be climbed on. Yeah, that's just going to be set by me, I think. Picking up and dropping objects will be able to pick up and drop objects similar to the Untitled game. They can also walk around with said objects and climb if it's small enough. Only one object at a time. Fantastic. So we actually have all of that in. Possible mechanic interactions. Holding an object that is too big may block climbing. We got that. Large objects will need to be dropped to climb, completing some puzzles. Oh, okay. Climbing allows 3D level design paired with climbing. Picking up items may slow down. Yeah, I had that in the back of my mind. That's why I was saying, oh. So we do have something that'll slow down the character if he's carrying something big, right? The small things won't, but the big things will. And we have some of this set up now. So, player movement what we're going to do is we are going to use what we did over here in the player movement to be able to know if the character should be slowed down or not. So let's go ahead here and just shrug. Ooh. Ooh. I have seemed to have lost the ability to speak coherent sentences. Okay. Going too fast for myself. So do movement. I can do that. And I can do this right here as well. And we're just going to add that into all of these. Perfect. Now we're going to come back over here. And where we're actually moving, input, velocity times that, input y times transform forward times movement speed. Okay. Rigid velocity equals x movement, previous y, and z. And we're going to do object size. Set movement state, yeah. So object size equal not available, or object size equal. You know what? Object size equal big. I can just do it that way. So we're going to check if it's big, the object that's being carried right now. And if it is big, we're going to do this. So x times 0.5. We should body velocity. No, I put this at the wrong place. The idea is correct, but the placement is wrong. Oh no. Ada has arrived with the Pruise. Hello, Ada. So we're going to do this here. And if it is big, we're going to do that times 0.5f. It's a bit crazy, but it should be fine. Okay. And how does this work with the joysticks? The input equals that times the movement speed. Y times the movement speed. Okay. So we're going to grab this here. Input equals this, right? And let's have 2 dots go down, drop that there. Just move this over so it's more visible for us. Times movement speed divided by 2, essentially. Times movement speed divided by 2. And same thing over here. Movement speed divided by 2. Close that up. Perfect. So if it's big, we go at half speed, and if it's not, we go at full speed. I think that's what we want. All right, let's test it out. There we go. Okay. So our speed is normal right now. We pick up a small object, our speed is normal. We drop the small object, our speed is normal. We pick up a large object, and now our speed is halved. Okay. I can't seem to drop it. Not ideal. Held object. I can't drop a big object? What is this? Okay, let's go check out the carry object script and see what the heck we're doing. Carry component. If held object is null, then we add it. Else, we're going to drop the object. Held object is going to go to null, and this carrying is going to go to 0. I don't see why that would be giving us issues right now. Yes, debug please. We're going to wait for script compilation, and hopefully that's going to make it so that it doesn't crash. There we go. Give it a play. And let's see. Let's see if we can reproduce that. So we go over to the big guy, pick it up, we're carrying it. And we are hitting our breakpoint. Okay. I don't know how I created that bug, but it isn't happening anymore. I can pick it up. I can tell it to stop going into this. Thank you very much. Oh, no, bring that. Oh, no. Here we go. Okay. I can pick it up. I can drop it. I can pick it up. I can drop it. I can pick it up. We're walking slower. I can drop it. Nice. Oh, I just recreated it. I recreated the bug. Okay. Let's put this here again. It's still being... And it's not going in. It's not going in at all. Okay, let's find out why. Bring this back to debug. We are considered idle. That's not the issue. So it's like when I bump into something and start falling, maybe? Okay. Okay. So I've put a new breakpoint over here for new carryable, and we're not getting into that. If new carryable equals null, I think this may be it. Okay. So, yeah. In access is true. New carryable equals null. I see. Okay, I think I know what's happening. Let's see if I can recreate it with what I think is happening. Stop it. Play. I'm going to take a look at the new carryable. So if I go over here, I pick this up. We have grab object as a new carryable. I bump into something. Look at that. New carryable has gone. And now I can't drop it anymore. Okay. So we're going to go in if there's a new carryable or we have a held object. That should fix the issue. So now I'm going to try to recreate it down here and we're going to see it together. I pick it up. I have a new carryable. I have a held object. I kind of glitch on that. I no longer have a new carryable, but I can still drop the object. And yeah, definitely slower when you walk. When you have a large object. Okay. Very cool. I seem to have fixed yet another issue. So we're going to go over here. We're going to do a little save project. I'm going to add this in. So carry object can influence movement speed and also fixed fall issue with carried object. Perfect. Check it in. Bring this to normal. And we have our little lutin. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Let's go back over here. We have completed this now. Climbing allows for 3D level design. Paired with picking up, dropping items, it's possible to make things fall from above in various effects. We've done that. Technically, we have objects that we can drop from higher distance. We've tested it with the little slide. Misdirection. This one can involve a mix of all three main mechanics. For example, dropping an item from the barn ceiling beams can alert the farmer to one's location, allowing the lutin to sneak for another area. Wonderful. So we could do that right now. We could move an object, then pick up a small object, climb up to a location, drop it, climb back down, do some other stuff. We don't have like an NPC to be distracted, but it's essentially there. So our main mechanics, though glitchy and nowhere near its final form, are currently in the game. I'm pretty happy about that. All right. Cosmetics, yeah. I don't know how much of this I've shown already. So maybe I'll go through that. There's still like half an hour left to this to the stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way to the end of that half hour today. I oftentimes go overboard, and today, you know what? I feel like pulling it back. We've done a lot of stuff in our project, so let's just really slowly go through everything. Main game idea, cool. Let me take you through the design document right now. So as you may already know, I've been calling it Lutin. That's the name of the project. It's kind of a puzzle stealth, very mechanically inspired off the Untitled game. Single player, because multiplayer is just hell. I don't want to get into that. So theme Quebec folklore. Setting small island village. Time period is kind of like colonial era. Focus is like mischief and curiosity. The idea is that as a lutin, you're going to be able to cause mischief and kind of look around the little island, how the inhabitants do things, just be a pain in the butt or potentially help them. Game mechanics, we've already been there before, but yeah, you can move horizontally, so you can move in any direction, 360 degrees. The only time you can move in a vertical direction is if there's like a slope or you're climbing, right? You can also climb, you can also pick up and drop objects. We've looked at this in the past. Otherwise, visual style, here we go. So I was thinking of making it kind of like a clay material, just because I find it interesting looking, and also it's really simplistic in terms of textures. I know I've mentioned this before in the past, but I don't mix with textures very well, so I think having something like pretty and cutesy and kind of claymation looking would be pretty cool. These are village inspirations, so this is all, I think, except for maybe this image here, they're all images for the village québécois d'antan, which is a pretty cool place. If you're ever in the Drummondville region, you should go and check it out. And this was from Littlewood. That's just a picture that I don't know if this is one of the pictures I took, but yeah, I took a whole bunch of pictures when I was over there. This old kind of, can I actually scroll in? Take a look. This old windmill built out of stone and all that is very cool. And that's kind of the basic time frame vibe I want to go for, I think. Let's see, what else do we have? Gameplay inspiration. Yeah, inspiration. The Untitled Goose Game. Originally, I had this idea of like making it like big and open world, and then I wanted to scale it back, and I was thinking maybe I should have a map, like a traditional map, and just have, I can't draw here. Where's my drawing tool? Paint. There we go. So have some sort of game map where you have like locations, and you have a location over here, you have a location over here, you have a location over here, and you like complete a little puzzle, and then you boop 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 go on to that one, and boop 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 go on to that one. But I wasn't very happy with that. It would have made it so that the scope is a lot smaller than like an open game, but I just found it restrictive. So when I started thinking about the Untitled Goose Game, it's like best of both worlds, because you can really restrain the character without actually restraining them, if that makes sense. It makes the scope a lot smaller than just a huge open world map, and it'll still also give me the possibility to like have things change over time based off of your interaction with the characters. And I definitely wanted to keep that in. Let's see. Main idea. Let's see. After that, rewards and gameplay. Yeah. So world change. I only have text for this one. But yeah, definitely what I want in Lutin is this ability so that if you mess with the villagers, like it has an effect on the village itself. And if you help out the villagers, it also has an effect, and it'll be like visual, or at least I'd like it to be visual in the map, in like where you're going. But I also want it to be a mechanical thing, so that certain things lock and unlock based off of what you decide to do, how you decide to do things, who you decide to help, who you decide to, you know, mess with. I'm nowhere near that point, as you know, with the project so far. But that is the idea. Let's see. Main game idea, blah blah blah, rewards. Right. And of course cosmetics. I want to be able to allow you to update the look of the character. So right now, you know, not the most interesting character. I'm gonna have something a little bit more fleshed out yet basic, if that makes any sense. And then I want people to be able to like unlock cosmetics by, I don't know, stealing someone's undergarments and then using that as a hat or whatever. Maybe you're helping out the villagers a lot and you get like a halo or something. I haven't got into a lot of details, but that would be the basic idea. And yeah, there would be essentially 3 quote-unquote factions that you can work for. Is a really weird way of saying it, but essentially you have 3 mythical creatures, entities from Quebec folklore that are going to be heavily stylized, and depending on which one of them you help out the most, which one of them you decide to do quests for, I guess, or like listen to, the more you're going to start looking like a certain way, like your character will change. So we have La Dame Blanche, which is essentially your better angel. So good alignment. This will be stuff that like help out the villagers, and it's going to make your character look a little bit more like that over time, like a little angel, I guess. I'm not sure on the details. That still needs to be like, you know, concept arted out. We also have Le Yob, which is like the devil, and actually it is the devil, and yeah, that is all about like messing with the humans in the villages, and the more you do that, maybe you'll look a little bit more demonic. And then you have the Les Feux Follets, which is like, I think it's will-o-wisps in English, and helping out the will-o-wisps is like helping out nature. So you have these 2 entities that are very much about the villagers themselves, La Dame Blanche and the Yao, and either helping or harming them. But it's all about the village whereas les feux follets is more about nature itself. So hypothetically speaking, you can be a complete asshole to the villagers and like really help out nature, and then you'd end up somewhere over here on the little triangle, and you would look maybe a little bit more natural evil. So I guess maybe like a satyr. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Or maybe you'll look a little bit more maybe you won't help out the forest in any way, and then there's consequences with that as well. And of course, no matter where you end up on this alignment chart, you either change visibly like the beasts in black and white, or you get access to cosmetic items that will only be reachable because you've either helped or harmed the villagers, or maybe you help the nature retake some land, or whatever. The idea is very loose right now. I'm not that far in. Let's see, main game idea. Otherwise, world building. Yeah, I started writing up information for the different entities. So, La Dame Blanche. La Dame Blanche is like an old story about I can't remember the exact details, but it's a lady whose lovers went off to war, and she went over to the Chute Montmorency, and I think she died, or she fell into the water and died. The actual the story is here. But I found that like in old stories in Quebec folklore, La Dame Blanche usually often kind of gets mixed up with the Virgin Mary. So she's kind of seen as like an entity that is good most of the time, and I thought I wanted to go with that. I like the idea, mixing it in with some sort of like ethereal, watery creature. Let's see what else. Go over here, back to our world building, and yeah, the Yaub. So he's literally the devil. He's all about in folklore. He's all about making deals with people, with the villagers, to essentially screw him over. And I had this idea of like having him appear in objects, which is why I added that there. I thought it would be hilarious to just have like a chair talking to you or something. You should do that, very literal, trying to tempt you into doing something that'll mess with the humans. I thought that would be great. Whereas La Dame Blanche wouldn't be so clear about it. She just kind of appears in places, kind of shows you it'd be, maybe you want to do this. Maybe this is a good thing. After that, we have the feux follets. Like I said, they're essentially will-o-wisps. I made this shitty picture. It's sad. I like it. And they're going to be around doing things, showing off areas and stuff that are going to be like, that'll help out nature, but won't necessarily help out people. So like something that would help out people but wouldn't help out nature would be going out in the night and maybe digging up ground to make a new place for a farm. That doesn't help nature, but it does help people. So the Dame Blanche would be happy if you did that. However, the opposite to that, we could say, maybe you go into a farmer's field and you make like a fairy circle in the middle of the field, and then the farmers all of a sudden are like, oh, what the heck, there's a fairy circle, and it doesn't necessarily harm the farmers, but it would help nature, so the feux follets might be more happy. That sort of thing. Let's see, what else do we have? We have the lutin, of course. The lutin. So yeah, the lutin are like forest spirits, and I made some doodles of them, but I'm no artist myself. So here we go. We have the lutin, and this is essentially the base of our character. They go around and they're going to be putting on silly hats and, you know, whatever they happen to find. An older drawing I had of them is like, so they're made out of wood in here, and they're wearing some pants that are just not fitting very well, and they have like an old, they're holding an old fishing reel, and so on. So I think it'll be fun. It's a fun idea. I wanted them to be a little bit natural, but also like, I guess, simple, because we do see them from above most of the time. Yeah, that's the basic idea of the game so far. And it's a bit early to stop, but you know what? For all the times that I go over the time I give myself to do this, I think tonight we're just gonna stop it a little bit early. So thank you for dropping by. Those of you who wrote some stuff in the chat, and for anybody listening to this in the future, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.